Hello and welcome to the news on Enyimba TV. We are reaching you from above the commercial and industrial hub of Abia State, Nigeria. First, here are the top stories. Senate to convene National Summit on farmer-header clashes. Nnamdi Kanu challenges jurisdiction of court to try him for alleged treason. Abia State government expresses readiness to conduct local government elections after revamping the local government system. These and other stories, plus foreign business and sports shortly. Thank you for joining us on the news update at this period. My name is Mary Ihejirika. Senate has adopted a resolution to coordinate a national summit involving stakeholders and farming to address the issue of grazing farmers' headers clash that will guide the upper chamber enact necessary legislation on the matter. This resolution was taken after a motion sponsored by Senator Issa Jibrin under Order 41 and 51 on the need for rehabilitation of all communities in Omala local government area of Kogi State affected by attacks and killings by gunmen. During an emotive debate, some lawmakers clamored outrightly for a law banning open grazing, while others expressed displeasure over the military's heavy reliance on some state governors for funds in order to operate. The upper chamber subsequently adopted an additional prayer for Senator Adams Oshomole for the setup of an ad hoc committee to facilitate the summit to discuss the critical challenges and hot prevailing clashes that has become a national menace. Chairman of Northern State Governors Forum and Governor of Gombe State, Inuwa Yahaya, says the establishment of state police will enable state governors tackle the security challenges in their domain. He said a situation where security agencies have their command bases situated in the center makes it difficult for governors to exercise their powers as chief security officers of their states. However, Governor Yahaya noted that it was a constitutional matter which must pass through the processes of legislation. He commended President Bola Tinubu's administration for also showing support for the policy and expressed confidence that the National Assembly will expedite action on the issue. As he said, state governors are ready to give their full support. Over 40 persons have been reportedly killed by bandits in Zurak, Kompani and Bandalala communities, Bashar district of Wase local government area of Plateau State. Some Wase residents who spoke to newsmen said the attacks on the villages occurred on Monday night when residents were retiring from the day's work. The bandits, according to the residents, attacked the villages simultaneously. They set houses on fire, leading to pandemonium in which some of the residents were killed and others sustaining injuries. Over 30 persons were reportedly killed in Kumpani Zurak, while another 10 were killed in Bantalala, with several others still missing. Police retirees under the Contributory Pension Scheme (CPS) stormed the National Assembly in Abuja in protest over unpaid pensions and their forced inclusion in the scheme. The retirees, representing various state chapters, lamented the severe hardship they face due to the failure of the National Pension Commission (PENCOM) to pay their entitlements. They reiterated their position on the need for the federal government to remove them from the contributory pension scheme and establish a police pension board in lieu. Vice Chairman, Senate Committee on Police Affairs, Yunusa Akitunde, who sympathized with retired police officers, said the National Assembly was meeting with the police authority to resolve the problem. The federal government has proposed to pay 54,000 naira as minimum wage as the tripartite committee on the new minimum wage returned to the negotiation table after the organized labor pulled out of the negotiations last week. At the reconvened meeting, the federal government made a fresh proposal to pay 54,000 naira as against the initial 48,000 naira it proposed during the last sitting. However, Joe Ajero, the NLC president, in a monitored interview said that the organized labor refused the new proposal as it is a far cry from the 615,000 naira proposed by both the Nigeria Labour Congress NLC and the Trade Union Congress TUC. The meeting, which held behind closed doors at the Lincoln Luxury Hotel in Abuja, has been adjourned till today, Wednesday, May 22, to continue with negotiations. Lawyers to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, have filed a preliminary objection at the Federal High Court Abuja, asking the trial judge, Justice Binta Nyanko, to decline jurisdiction to proceed with the trial against him. Part of the issue for the determination is whether the court has the jurisdiction to try Kanu for any or all the offenses charged against him in count 1, 2, 4, 5, and 8 to quash the said count on the ground that the law which the said counts were predicated is unconstitutional. They pointed out that there are 2 international tribunal decisions against the arrest, detention, prosecution and trial of Kanu, which under the Nigerian constitution is binding on the court. They also stated that the law under which Kanu is currently being tried in this count has been repealed and is not supported by proof of evidence, adding that it is an abuse of court process. The returnees of Okwama community in Ughelli local government area, Delta State, are calling on the federal government and state government, including well-meaning individuals, to come to their rescue as there is nothing left for them to fall back on. On their return to the community, they expressed worry that their houses, boats, schools, transformers were destroyed, while adding that their sources of livelihood are gone. They also alleged that hoodlums from neighboring communities come in the night to steal the remaining of their belongings. A high court in Rivers has nullified the 6-month tenure elongation of the state local government chairman granted by the Martins Amewule-led House of Assembly. Delivering judgment, Dakitima Kio, the presiding judge, declared local government law number 2 of 2024, whose provisions extended the tenure of local government chairmen, is invalid. The judge ruled that the law is inconsistent with the 1999 Constitution and Section 91 of Rivers State Law number 5 of 2018, which fixed 3-year tenure for local government chairmen and councillors. The judge stressed that the attempt to extend the tenure was unlawful and violated the official's oath of office. The Amewule-led Assembly amended local government law number 5 of 2018 amidst the political crisis in the state. The amended law allows the House of Assembly to extend the tenure of the elected chairman and councillors where elections are not held before the expiration of their 3-year tenure. The Abia state government has expressed readiness to conduct local government elections after revamping the local government system. The State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Uzo Nwachukwu, made the disclosure during a press briefing on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting at the Government House, Umuahia. Mr. Nwachukwu said that this became necessary because of the time the present administration took over the local government were in a decadent situation. He said that the government injected local government funds into the development of the 17 local government areas to achieve even socio-economic growth. Abia State Governor Dr. Alex Oti has ordered security agencies to ensure immediate rescue of 3 school children of same parents stolen by a motorcycle operator last week at Ikwano. Commissioner for Information, Prince Kanu, who addressed newsmen on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting, said the governor expressed grief over the disturbing incident. He said that the governor had personally called the parents of the victims and assured them that the state would not abandon them. The commissioner said that the governor had directed security agencies to fish out the cyclists and rescue the missing kids unhurt. Abia State House of Assembly has called on the state government through the office of the Deputy Governor, who doubles as the state chairman on boundary matters, to look into the recent attack over a boundary dispute on Isu community in Arochukwu local government area of the state by Okpa community in Odupani local government area of Cross River State, which led to the death of one person with others sustaining various degrees of injuries. This followed a matter of urgent public importance raised during plenary by the leader of the House and member representing Arochukwu State constituency, Honorable Uchenna Okoro Kalu. Honorable Kalu disclosed that this has become a regular occurrence, with over 40 members of his constituency losing their lives. He prayed to the House to mandate security agencies in the state to beef up security within the area to curtail further attacks. On his part, the Speaker of the Abia State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Emmanuel Emerowa, called on his colleagues to adopt the matter while calling on the government to act on it. Enyimba TV News Omaha correspondent Kingsley Chibike reports that the House adjourned on Wednesday, May 22, 2024. Director of Abia State Polytechnic, Dr. Christopher Kalu Okoro, is promising retirees of Abia State Polytechnic Abia that their pensions will be paid promptly under his watch. Dr. Okoro made the promise during a verification exercise at the school premises to ascertain the real retirees from the institution. While reassuring the pensioners, the rector said he had plans to pay them the same day active workers in the school are paid, and revealed that paying them wouldn't be a hassle as their pension money for the next 6 months is intact. He also revealed that the salaries of Abia Poly workers will no longer be through subvention but directly from the central coffers after the Abia State government moved the institution's payment to the Central Payroll Unit CPU. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After this short break, the news continues with foreign, business and sports. Welcome back and thank you for staying tuned. Now the news continues and we'll begin with foreign. More than 1,000 people in Mozambique have died because of a lack of care amid a health workers' strike. The strike by 50,000 union members began 3 weeks ago after negotiations over working conditions collapsed. Doctors are not on strike, but union leader Ansom Mugchev said many health facilities did not employ them. He said most of reported deaths were in the provinces of Ihemben and Sofala. However, these figures have not been independently verified. The Health Ministry has in the past accused the Association of United Health Professionals of Mozambique of exaggeration. Nurses, psychologists, drivers and cleaners are among those striking for overtime allowances and better medical equipment. Mr. Muchev said the workers were forced to strike because they faced such dire conditions which the government was refusing to confront. And on business, the price of automotive gas oil, popularly called diesel, produced by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery has increased from 940 naira per litre to 1,100 naira per litre due to the crash of the naira against the United States dollar. It was gathered that the cost of diesel from the plant had increased from the 940 naira per litre price that was announced by the plant in April to a new rate of 1,100 naira per litre. Some other dealers who purchased lesser volume said they got the product at 1,200 naira per litre. Oil marketers said that the hike in diesel price by the $22 billion worth refinery located in Abia, Lagos, was due to the recent southward movement of the naira against the dollar. Although officials of the refinery stayed mute when contacted on the matter, industry sources and some major marketers confirmed the development. And on sports, Mauricio Pochettino has left Chelsea after just one season in charge by mutual consent, according to the English club. The Blues finished 6th in the Premier League thanks to a fine run towards the end of the season, but missed out on Champions League qualification and a trophy. In just 2 years under the ownership of an American consortium, Chelsea has spent over €1 billion, that is $1.3 billion, on new players. The vast majority of that outlay was spent on rising stars, and Pochettino pointed to a lack of experience and a lengthy injury list for failing to achieve consistent results. Chelsea lost the League Cup final 1-0 to Liverpool after extra time and pushed Manchester City all the way before losing in the FA Cup semi-finals by the same score. But there have been signs that Pochettino's project was coming together in a run of 5 consecutive wins to end the season that ensured Chelsea will be in Europe next season. They will qualify for the Europa League if Manchester United loses to City in the FA Cup final, and the Conference League if the Red Devils shock the English champions. The sports story brings us to the end of the news at this period, but before we go, here is a recap of the top stories. In the news, we told you Senate has adopted a resolution to coordinate a national summit involving stakeholders, farmers, to address the issue of grazing farmers' headers clash that will guide the upper chamber enact necessary legislation on the matter. We told you lawyers to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, have filed a preliminary objection at the Federal High Court, Abuja, asking the trial judge, Justice Binta Nyanko, to decline jurisdiction to proceed with the trial against him. And we told you Abia government has expressed readiness to conduct local government elections after revamping the local government system. That's our package of news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the production team, I am Mary Ihe Jirika saying thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of your day.